Welcome to these weeks of watching and waiting. Advent means coming, and in this season we remember the coming of Christ into the world and his promise to come again, a promise we eagerly wait for. This is a season of waiting, so welcome to your waiting room. Make yourselves comfortable. You're going to be here for a little while. This is not like a doctor's waiting room where you're stuck watching a terrible TV channel for hours while you hear about yet another delay with your doctor. It's also not like an airport waiting area where everyone's wringing their hands about another flight delay, going to get yet more coffee, and getting ready to get on planes to every corner of the world in different directions. This is different. This Advent waiting room is one we choose, sometimes with eagerness, sometimes because we know it's good for us not to rush for Christmas. We do it because of faith and hope in the one who is to come, the one who was and is to come. And this one goes by many names. So who are you waiting for? The newborn Jesus? The Prince of Peace? The King of Kings? If you're waiting for the newborn Jesus, you're going to need to wait just a few more weeks. Mary needs a little bit more time. She also has a tough trip ahead. So let's just give her a few more weeks. You know babies come on their own schedules. You can't rush this, so just wait a little while here in the waiting room. The infant Jesus is coming. Who are you waiting for? Is it the Son of Man coming on the clouds with power and glory? He's coming. He promised, and he always keeps those promises. It's just taking a long time. People have been waiting for a long time for that second coming. So settle in and get comfortable, but not too comfortable. Don't be slothful. Jesus tells us in today's gospel how we can approach waiting and waiting and waiting some more. To not get ourselves too distracted by doing too many things, to not numb ourselves with the vices of this world, to not get too caught up in worry. It's tough waiting for the one who is coming on the clouds. But we have some coffee here in the waiting room. It should help you keep awake and alert, as Jesus asks us to do in this season. Who else are you waiting for? Is it the Prince of Peace? Oh, we could use some peace in our hearts and in our relationships and in our world. We need peace. And the Prince of Peace is coming, but isn't here just yet. So how do we wait in the meantime? Well, I hope we can share signs of peace a little bit with each other even as we wait, just like you do at the beginning of every worship service here, just like you do as you extend kindness and generosity to those around you. We share peace however we can, even as we hope for the coming Prince of Peace. Who are you waiting for? Is it the wonderful counselor? We could all use some good counsel about how to live, about how to make some tough decisions in our lives, about how to live as families or as a church. A wonderful counselor would be great to answer life's tough questions. We need that wonderful counsel. And even as we wait for the coming of that wonderful counselor, the good news is here in the waiting room we have lots of reading materials. By your knees are Bibles full of wonderful counsel from God. Words of Jesus. The wonderful counsel is already available to us even as we wait for the coming, again, of that wonderful counselor. Whoever you are waiting for this season, waiting is hard. It is just hard because our timing is rarely, if ever, God's timing. And so we are left waiting and wondering how long. The good thing is that we never wait alone. We are here together. The waiting room's nice and full of other people, friends. And also, the Spirit is here. The Holy Spirit is here. Sometimes a more subtle presence, stirring us to be patient for another day, to have courage for whatever's ahead. The Spirit's with us here in the waiting room. In today's gospel, we hear this beautiful promise of Jesus. He says, heaven and earth will pass away, because yes, God's about to make all things new. But in the midst of all of that tumult and uncertainty, here is what Jesus promises. My words will not pass away. His words like on the cross, Father, forgive them. His words to someone miraculously healed, you have been made well. His words to his disciples before his death, my peace I leave with you. So many wonderful words of Jesus throughout his ministry on earth will not pass away. They are with us always, and especially in the waiting. Lean on them in the waiting. You know what else we have in abundance here in the waiting room? Hope. Not just hope, your church, but hope, the gifts of God. Hope that one day the lion will indeed lie down with the lamb. Hope that one day the nations will get along together and there will be peace. Hope that one day the illness and sickness and brokenness of our world will not be anymore and all will be whole again. Hope. Hope is another name for Jesus Christ. This is the hope for whom we wait this season. And so we wait, trying to stay alert, trying to be patient and open to the gifts of the Spirit, trying to be attentive to how Christ is beginning to show up, trying to wait in peace. So welcome to your Advent waiting room. Here we are in hope. Amen.